welcome to Tea and Strumpets. I'm Kelsey, and for today's On-dit, I'm going to tell you all about the Ripped Bodice's 7th annual Summer Romance Bingo! This is an annual thing that the Ripped Bodice puts on, and honestly, I find it so much fun. Last year, I managed for the first time ever to get a full blackout. Usually, I can't even get a bingo because I don't have time to read. But I'm turning over a new leaf and not stressing myself out at work. So I have more time. So I'm going to just update you on my bingo status. And that's going to be my on-dits until the end of the summer, guys. It's going to be really exciting. But it is exciting, actually, in some ways. Because the best part about the summer romance bingo is you really do have to read outside your comfort zone. There is no way that all the books are going to be in your chosen romance genre. It is hard to do an outer space in a historical romance. Could you do it? Sure. You could probably do some astronomy studying heroes and heroines, but I went full outer space and I read an alien romance. So this is what I mean about taking you out of your genre. I have never read an alien romance before, and now I've read 4 because they were novellas. So I read the rest of them in the series because that's what I do. Sadly, the rest of them really didn't work out for any of the other ones, though. I could technically count one for swimming, but I'm not going to. I'm going to read one that's actually swimming. I'm thinking about reading a mermaid romance for swimming. So if you've got a mermaid recommendation, let me know. If you've got one with sirens, mermaids, and you've got a good rec, let me know because I need a book that features swimming. Okay, so as of right now, I have 8 books on my list, and I'm going to tell you what squares I have gotten. Sadly, I don't have a bingo yet because I'm not doing this for bingo. I'm doing this for what I want to read, when I want to read it, and sometimes that means I'm out of order here. Okay, so for the first square, we have top left square, and it is Kissing for Science. I have chosen to interpret this as a STEM romance, and therefore I read Love Theoretically because I've been dying to read it, and it just came out, and so I chose to read that. There is kissing, and they are 2 physicists. So Kissing for Science? The next book that I read, I realized there is a scene where there's some vigilante things going on. Crazy enough. So I read Joanna Lindsay's Captive Bride. This was an old romance. This is a true bodice ripper. There is, in fact, a scene the first time they are together where he rips her nightgown in half. Ta-da! Bodice ripper. You know what? It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I liked the premise. I don't actually think I've read a Joanna Lindsay before this, so I popped my Joanna Lindsay cherry, believe it or not, at this late stage. If you don't like bodice rippers, I don't recommend this. This is old school and it reads old school. And if that is not your jam, I would steer clear. But if you like a bodice ripper and you haven't read it, go for it. My next one is Happily Ever After. Now, I read Amanda Quick's Desire. I just wanted to read an Amanda Quick. I needed to pick a book for a book club, and this one fit the bill. I was hoping that it would have more of the tropes in it, but sadly, it did not. I was hoping it was going to have grazing hands gently. I thought it was going to hit that square, but sadly, no hands were grazed gently. However, I had many options for Protagonist Smells Like Citrus. The one I ended up using for this square is The Virgin of Clan Sinclair by Karen Rainey. I hope I said that right. This is a third in a series. I read the other 2. First one, not as fun. Second one I really liked. And this one was pretty good too, although the main character was annoying a little bit sometimes. Both were kind of annoying. But overall, good read. I got it from the library, so what can you do? And I didn't even think it was going to count for anything. And sure enough, it counted for she kept talking about how he smelled like lemons. Bingo. Not actually. I haven't gotten bingo yet. Sad face. My next square that I filled out was Outer Space. Now this one was fun because like I said, I decided to go all in. I picked an alien romance. That's Outer Space. And I enjoyed it. There was a few more in the series, so I read those 2 because they're novella long, and I had a good time. So yay, summer bingo, making me read something different. The next one that I completed was Character Acknowledges That Romance Novels Exist. For this, I read The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. Now, I read this is the second book in a series. The first one is Mr. Wrong Number, and I just thought it was really cute. These are very rom-com-y. They're super rom-com-y, and they're contemporary, and I just really liked them. I thought they were really cute, fast reads, easy reads, but well written and had fun, and they were fun. My next one was actually a book I could have put in a lot of different places. However, it ended up and it was supposed to be One Night. And for that, I read Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake because I feel like that's the epitome of it was supposed to be one night. This book could have also counted for characters acknowledge that romance novels exist or protagonist smells like citrus. So you have a couple options there if you are looking for one of those squares. And then for We Have the Same Job, I read It Happened One Fight by Maureen Lee Linker, and you will hear all about that book real soon. So stay tuned. So that's what I read so far. Now, I don't know how anybody else does bingo. I'd like to hear if you are someone who plans their bingo or if you're someone who just reads the books they're going to read and see if they count towards anything. I'm very curious how you bingo. So for me, I have a list of books that are checking off some squares. I'm doing this in a very piecemeal fashion. But again, I'm not going for actual individual bingos. I'm going for blackouts. So it doesn't really matter to me that I'm not bingoing at this current moment in time. I've got a nice list of books coming up. I was doing some research beforehand. So I will update you on my bingo progress throughout the summer, and I will show you what books are coming up for bingo. So thank you all for listening, and may all your ever afters end happily.